Hartford, iHeartRadio, home of our flagship, Fox Sports Radio 97.9. Zach Linfield back in the studio in Carolina with us. We appreciate him. And Jim Mora, of course, we appreciate him. Third-year coach in the Huskies. We were talking little D and down linemen. We know a lot of familiar names there, but you get Tui Famia-Brown back. I mean, that guy can play football. And you've got a lot of new people in the secondary. Do you have a sense of who might be the corners, who might be your safeties, or is it just going to be 8 guys rotating every game?
You know what? You're going to see guys rotating, and I think that's because we've got pretty good depth. And the amount of plays that you play now in college football with the hurry-up offenses and the no huddle, you've got to have depth. You've got to be able to rotate guys through there. And so, unfortunately for us, we lost a couple guys early in camp for the season. We lost a safety and we lost a corner that we were kind of counting on. They were both transfers to come in. Dean Ingram, whose dad, Bobby, was a receiver with the Seahawks when I was coaching there. So
Penn State?
Bobby was, yeah. Yeah. Dean came from Wisconsin, and then there was another kid who blew out his knee the second day of practice. So we were counting on those guys, but a bunch of these young guys have stepped up, and I feel good about our secondary. We don't have a lot of depth, but we've got enough to at least play, 7, 8, 9 guys. And you mentioned Tui coming back. His development since I got here 2 years ago, just to watch him grow and just grasp the game and become, a leader and dependable and consistent has really been fun. He's a good inside linebacker, and we brought in some transfer guys. We brought in a junior college guy last year named Amir Renwick, who's done it. He came in, he's about 205. He's a 225-pounder now, and he's pretty nasty, which you like. And so I
heard an interview with him. He sounds nasty.
Well, he's a great kid. I mean,
when you talk to a guy and he goes, "Dude, I don't want to be on the field facing you."
Nah, he doesn't say a lot. Yeah, he's a great kid though.
Yeah.
I mean, he came from, he's made something of his life, and he's still making something of his life when a lot of people would have given up. So it's a good group of linebackers, but I still think the strength of our defense is up front. It is. You talked about Dow and Price and Jelani, and then we brought in some guys that are really good players as well. So we've got to be strong up there. You've got to be good on the defensive line.
You got 5 men in the defensive backfield. You mentioned 3 safeties, generally speaking. Durante Jones, he's changed his name to Durante now.
Did
you
know
that?
No.
It used to be Durante when I first met him. Now it's Ronte.
Does he call himself Ronte?
That's what he says right here.
Well, I still call him Durante, so that's news to me.
Wait a minute. So he does answer to Durante.
Well, he answers to me when I call him Durante.
Well, I
don't know about the other people.
He better.
He's a great kid. I mean, you talk about an awesome kid. And
legit football player, that guy.
He just, every day he brings it. Every single day. His intensity is awesome. He's a
and
great
you get Malik Dixon-Williams back, which he had some injury issues last year. That's good to have that experience.
Yeah, and so, you mentioned the secondary. It's not the traditional cornerback safety. We have a guy we call a dog, and we have a boundary corner and a boundary safety, and you have a boundary corner and a boundary safety, or boundary corner and a field corner, left corner, right corner, usually left and right. But it's not they're not playing in traditional roles, although they're doing traditional things that you do in coverage and run support. So I like what we're doing. Like I said, I think the most important thing is we have the right players in the right spots, and they are embracing the things that we're asking them to do, and it looks like they're enjoying it.
Yeah, my question is, when you have 3 down linemen, pass rush, how do you do it? How do you get past? How do you get pressure on the other quarterback?
Well, I think you have to put out of your head this thought that the hybrid guy was a defensive end for us last year. They were all defensive ends. Now they're just standing up and moving around. You can bring linebackers. You can bring secondary guys. There's actually, when you're playing this type of defense, it actually gives you more flexibility to be creative in your pressure packages. Because you've got guys like Donovan or like Langston Hardy that can drop into coverage when, they're assuming a position at the line of scrimmage that, indicates they are rushing. So we call them simulated pressures. You know, you're dropping guys that would normally rush and rushing guys that would normally drop, and you're trying to create problems for their protection.
So this isn't really a bend, don't break defense. This is more of an aggressive, they're going to get in your face defense.
Well,
that's fun to watch.
Up front it is. You know, the secondary is not. I don't know what bend but don't break means. Like, I don't know what prevent defense means. Like, I've been coaching for 40-something years, and those are terms that I've never heard a coach use. I hear fans and radio guys use it, but like
I'm just trying to set you up here.
Yeah, I know. Bend but don't break. I don't know. I guess
I heard that somewhere. I thought I'd throw it out there.
Yeah, Bob said it. I don't know. Are we bend but not break? Oh, I just hope we don't bend too much, and I hope we never break.
Right.
You know, that's what I hope.
But do you think you're going to create more turnovers this way? Is this the kind of thing where your defense is going to turn into something of an offense?
I hope so. I mean, that's the plan. I mean, that's the plan every year on defense. But there's just more, it feels like there's more opportunities to make big plays than in a traditional type of defense that a lot of people get stuck in. It also feels like at times there's the opportunity to give up some big plays as well. You know, and a lot of times it seems like, you know, that could be in the run game. You know, there are some plays that can give you some problems. Fortunately for us, those are plays that our offense specializes in. So since spring ball, we've had a chance to really go every day against things that have given this defense trouble in the past.
Yeah.
So we've been able to learn how to adjust.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear, actually. All right, Jim Mora with us. We'll be back in just a moment. The UConn Football Coaches Show. I got a couple of questions from the crowd. Stay tuned. This is the UConn Football Coaches Show on Fox Sports.